So you might not be willing to admit this if you're an ETJ, and I understand. I understand why. But I know like a lot of the ETJs in my life, and I have several, and some of the stories that I've heard, like you push yourself so hard. I mean, that's obvious, right? You go and you go and you go and you achieve these massive goals that you set for yourself, like very lofty goals that you still like you track, you measure, you approach it systematically. You get there, and that's awesome. But at some points down the road there, you kind of lose that energy when you've pushed yourself too hard, when you've kind of forced a goal on a situation and you achieve it, and then you just wake up and you don't have that zest, that energy to get it done. You don't know what's going on inside. Like it's just kind of this murky energy, and you feel like you're fighting against this big blob monster in front of you. You can't quite take it down. It's just there. It's just blocking everything you're trying to do. It's because of what's going on inside. It's because of introverted feeling. So let me talk about that in this video and give you a couple hints, a couple techniques to get past that and to recharge yourself and get things done. What's up, team? It's Sherman here from Geek Psychology. So we're going to first talk about extroverted thinking, then we'll get into introverted feeling. Extroverted thinking, I think of it as this strategic commander energy, this strategic commander character that is your hero, that's your leader, that's the star of the movie of your life pretty much. When you talk about yourself and who you are, a lot of what you're saying is talking about this character or talking through the voice of this character. And I know that might sound a little strange, but basically what it is doing is it's making decisions. It's a judging function, making decisions using thinking. So it's using data points and objectives, and it's geared outward. It's extroverted. So it's looking at the outer world. So what is measurable is something that's very important to the strategic commander. Like, are we reaching our goal? And what is our goal? Let's set a goal, let's define it, understand what we need to do to get there, and then let's track and measure it along the way. And let's use the resources around us to do that. Like, do we need more money? Do we need more people? Do we need more time? And how are we using it? Are we using it properly to make the most efficient or effective use of those? Okay, and you are amazing at that. I've seen amazing things done by my ETJ brethren out there. My boss is an ENTJ. One of my best friends is an ESTJ. My mother-in-law is an ESTJ. It's surrounding me. And within me, I'm an INFP, so if we flippy-flop my function stack, there's ESTJ. So I've had a lot of issues back and forth with it, but I've learned a lot from it. But you can't always push yourself over and over and over again. Like at a certain point, you just can't use that as the tool to get what you want. Or you get what you think you want, and then you wake up years down the road and are like, this is not where I wanted to be with my life. Like I'm rich, I'm successful, I have all these achievements and awards and things like that, trinkets. But that's just not what I wanted. What do I want? Right? And that's that introverted feeling, inferior function voice. I think of it as the reflective conscience within you that's calling you to reflect over your values and your beliefs and what you like, what you dislike. How do you weigh these different decisions that you make internally with your own feeling assessments? Like, is this a good thing to do? Yes, it achieves the goal, but is this going to impact other people negatively along the route? Is it going to make me somebody I don't want to be? Right? That's that conscience voice, the back and forth saying like, yeah, go do it. You're going to be successful. You're going to get what you want. You're going to whatever it is. And then this other voice that's saying, really? Is that what you really want to do? Are you sure about that? We all understand that trope. That's why I use it. And that voice is constantly reminding you to follow your heart, to check in with your feelings, your emotions, your beliefs. And I know that's an area that you probably don't like to visit quite often because it sometimes stops you from getting to where you want to go. It's this murky territory, right? It's not fully cleared out within the fog of war. It's still dark and you don't really know what's going on in there, and that's where a lot of pain exists too. I understand. But if you want to continue along your path in the best way possible, you need to make efficient and effective use of your internal resources as well. You need to make sure that all the parts of you are aligned and going in the correct direction, going in the right direction, going in the good direction in order to get to the goal that's really going to have a deep impact on you and the people that you love. So how do you do that? When you push yourself, or when something happens and you just kind of crash, you just have this hollowness within you, or this lack of energy, this blue, slow feeling within you that you don't feel like doing stuff. You don't feel like yourself. It's because you're not talking to that inner voice. You're not listening to that. You're not building enough rapport with it. So a couple of things that you're going to want to do here as an ETJ to get connected to introverted feeling in the least painful way possible. You still got to do it though. And that's going to be a little bit painful, I understand. But if you want to get unstressed, if you want to get more on point, on direction, on purpose for a goal that's going to make you feel good and support humanity and the people that you love, you're going to need to do this. 1, identify your values. Write down, even if it's just 5, the more you can, the better. Write down a list of what is extremely important to you. What is so important that you might even die to do? Like, what are those massive signs of things that you stick by? Whether it's defending the underdog, whether it's being successful so that you can support your family. And whatever it is, make sure that you can write it down and you know what it is. And you can refine it. You can shorten the list to a couple key ones that are the most important for you. Throughout your day, when you make decisions, use that. Use that to guide those. Just check in, even if it's just on a little piece of paper or something like that, because, it's not in your head yet. You make a decision, look at it like, am I violating any of these? Am I upholding these? If yes, if you are upholding them, continue with it. If you're violating those, don't go for the gold despite those. You want to find a way to make those fit within the goal, and you can do that. I know you can do that. That's something that is a skill for you, right? You can use that as a resource that's going to empower you. Another thing you're going to want to do is to journal. And I know you don't want to do it. You might think it's a waste of time. If you're a guy, you might think, men don't journal. I've heard that before. They do. They have in the past, like Leonardo da Vinci, Benjamin Franklin, Steven Spielberg. Tons of people journal. Not just women, okay? Men do it too. It's a good way of tapping into that introverted feeling aspect of yourself and just going through, and also tapping into the other introverted parts of yourself. Introverted sensing if you're an ESTJ, introverted intuition if you're an ENTJ. It's a way of acknowledging those inner voices, just dumping out what is going on inside of you, how you felt about certain things throughout the day, whatever it is, where you see things going. And you can also pick up the patterns. You'll start understanding, like, well, this is something that is a repeated thing in my life. Like, whenever this happens, I start feeling like this. Now that I've been writing down how I've felt throughout my day, even if it's just anger, mad, happy, sad, whatever it is, even just starting there is fine. Eventually, you might expand out and you might get more gradients with it, but it doesn't matter at the start, right? You're just doing it to de-stress and to build this daily quest of incorporating that conscience, that reflective side of yourself, your introverted aspects that are going to really help orient yourself so that you know where you are when you are aiming for your goal. And you're able to use that as something that is going to fuel on a deeper level to help you get to where you want to go. And I know that's something you want to do. Please let me know down below what you've done in the past or what you do now to relieve some of that stress when things are heated up and you feel like you're just being attacked left and right or whatever it is. Let us know what you've done to deal with that, because other people do need that. Like, you might have found something that other people don't know yet, right? A little tip, a technique, something to get you back into your flow state and get you going again. And also, please let me know if you've done any of these things that I've said, or if you're going to, if you've committed to it so that you can live more on purpose and happier and healthier and able to connect more with your aspirations or your inferior function, whichever way you want to look at it, whichever direction you want to take it. All right, please like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Keep up the lifelong questing. Good luck, have fun. Peace.